Have you ever wondered what it really means to follow God's direction, especially when it feels totally out of the blue or even a little bit scary? Well, we're going to dive into that today by looking at a really powerful story from the Bible, one that's all about obedience and the incredible protection that comes with it.
So let's just jump right into the middle of the action with this one verse. So he got up, took the child and his mother during the night and left for Egypt. I mean, wow, there is so much happening here. A man named Joseph basically rips his entire family, a new mom, and a baby out of bed in the dead of night to run to another country. No questions asked, no packing time. Just go. What in the world would make someone do that?
Okay, so what was going on? What led to this crazy middle-of-the-night escape? Let's rewind the clock just a little bit and look at the events that kick this whole thing off.
Now, this wasn't just, a bad dream or a random gut feeling. Nope. This was something else entirely. The warning came from the most direct source you can imagine. According to the Bible, an angel, a literal messenger from God himself, showed up in Joseph's dream. This was a supernatural, divine heads-up.
And the message? It was absolutely chilling and super specific. King Herod, who was the ruler in that area, was so threatened by this baby that he was actually planning to kill him. This wasn't some vague danger. It was a direct threat on a newborn's life, and it was coming from the highest level of power.
And check out how clear the instructions were. It wasn't complicated, right? It was basically get up, go to Egypt, and then just wait there. The path was laid out for him. All he had to do was trust it and walk it.
Joseph's response here is just remarkable when you really think about it. He didn't argue, he didn't ask for a sign. He just got up and went. So, what can we take away from his story about God's guidance, about why listening is so important, and about the kind of protection that comes when we obey? Let's break it down.
All right, first up, let's talk about why God even gives us direction in the first place. As this story shows so clearly, a huge part of it is all about protection.
Think about it from Joseph's perspective. He couldn't see Herod's soldiers marching down the street. He didn't have any, hard evidence that this threat was real. But he acted anyway, because he trusted that God, who sees everything, could see a danger that was still totally hidden from his own eyes. He chose God's perspective over his own.
And this is so important for us today, right? The Bible teaches that God is still in the business of guiding his people. And his direction, it's not about trying to limit our freedom or ruin our fun. It's about keeping us safe. Really listening to that guidance can literally save us from harm we don't even see coming.
But let's be real for a second. Following God's direction, well, it's not always a walk in the park. It often comes with a cost. So let's talk about what following him can actually require from us. I mean, just try to put yourself in his shoes. In a single moment, he had to leave everything behind. His home, his carpentry business, all of his friends, and his reputation in the community. It was all gone, traded for a totally uncertain future in a foreign country. That kind of obedience required a massive sacrifice and a willingness to just drop everything.
And that's something we can all relate to, right? Sometimes following God is uncomfortable. It might mean we have to change our plans or leave a situation that feels safe. In those moments, trust is everything. And while that obedience might cost us something, it's the very thing that keeps us in line with God's plan and right under his protection.
Okay, so this is all great in theory, but how do we actually do this? How do we put this kind of radical trust into practice in our own messy, complicated lives? Well, it kind of breaks down into 3 simple steps.
First up, you gotta stay attentive. You have to be listening. And we do that by digging into the Bible and by making prayer a real part of our lives. Second, just like Joseph, we need to respond quickly. When God makes his direction clear, stalling is not our friend. We have to act on it. And finally, number 3, we have to trust in the transition. That in-between time can be tough, whether you're traveling to Egypt or just starting a new job. We have to stay faithful, knowing that the same God who gave us the first instruction will be there to guide the next step and the one after that.
So, if we were to boil all of this down to one single ultimate takeaway, one big idea to hold on to, what would it be?
It's this. Obedience is what keeps us under God's protection. That's the heart of the story. It's not about following a bunch of rules. It's about staying close to the one who keeps us safe. Obedience isn't a burden. It's our shield.
And we'll end with this simple prayer which really sums it all up. Heavenly Father, help me to trust your guidance and obey you quickly, even when it feels difficult or inconvenient. It's a powerful thought to hold on to, reminding us that even when things are uncertain,
Trusting and obeying is the path to real protection and peace.